New Claude Co-Work update is insane. You are wasting hours every single week on tasks AI should be doing for you. Not because the tools aren't good enough, because you don't know this exists yet. Most people are still copy-pasting into chat boxes, still reformatting outputs by hand, still doing the same repetitive work over and over. There is a new way to use Claude that changes all of that. And once you see it, you will not want to go back. I'm Hannah, and I help people actually learn and use AI tools so they can get more done without burning out. Today I'm walking you through Claude Co-Work, what it is, what it can do, and exactly how to get started. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of whether this is worth your time. Stick around because I'm also going to show you some specific use cases that will probably blow your mind a little. So let's get into it. Claude Co-Work launched as a research preview in January 2026. Here is the simplest way I can explain what it is. You know how Claude Code lets developers give Claude access to a code base and just let it work through complex tasks on its own? Co-Work is that exact same thing, but for everyone else. For writers, analysts, project managers, researchers, business owners, anyone who has files on their computer and repetitive work they wish someone else could do. Instead of going back and forth in a chat window, you describe what you want done, and Claude goes and does it. Finished work delivered directly to your file system. That's a fundamentally different experience. Let me walk you through exactly what that looks like. First, direct local file access. Claude can read from and write to files on your computer. You are not uploading anything. You are not downloading anything. You give Claude access to a folder and it works with what's inside. It can open files, create new ones, edit existing ones, organize them. All of it happens locally on your machine. Second, sub-agent coordination. This one is genuinely impressive. When you give Claude a complex task, it does not just work through it one step at a time. It breaks the work into smaller pieces and coordinates what Anthropic calls parallel work streams. Multiple things happening at once. So instead of waiting for step 1 to finish before step 2 starts, Claude can handle several things simultaneously. That matters a lot when you're dealing with large amounts of content or complex multi-step projects. Third, professional output formats. And I want to be specific here because this is not just about spitting out a text document. Co-Work can generate Excel spreadsheets with actual working formulas, VLOOKUPs, conditional formatting, multiple tabs. It can create PowerPoint presentations from your notes. It can build formatted reports from scattered inputs like voice memos or rough bullet points. You are getting finished, usable files, not raw text you still have to clean up. Fourth, long-running tasks. Regular Claude conversations have context limits. Things time out. You have to restart. With Co-Work, Claude can work on complex tasks for extended periods without those interruptions. This is designed for the kind of work that actually takes time. Fifth, and this one just got added and it's a big deal, scheduled tasks. You can now set Claude up to run tasks automatically on a schedule you define. You type schedule in any Co-Work task or click scheduled in the sidebar and set up recurring work that Claude handles without you having to trigger it each time. This is the beginning of genuinely automated workflows. Now let me talk about some real examples of what people are actually using this for, because I think this is where it clicks. File organization. You tell Claude to organize your downloads folder by type and date. Claude goes through everything, sorts files into categorized folders, renames things consistently. Hundreds of files, done. Receipt processing. You drop a folder of receipt images or PDFs in front of Claude. You ask it to create a formatted expense report. Claude reads through everything and builds you a clean spreadsheet with all the details pulled out. Research synthesis. This is one I find really powerful. You have web search results, articles, notes from different places. Claude combines all of it into a coherent report or summary. It does the reading, the organizing, and the writing. Transcript analysis. Meeting notes, interview recordings, lecture transcripts. Claude pulls out themes, key points, action items. No more spending an hour going through a recording yourself. Data work, outlier detection, cross-tabulation, time series analysis, chart generation. If you have data files you need to actually understand, Co-Work can do a lot of that heavy lifting. And one of the newer things that Anthropic just confirmed, Co-Work can now work across Excel and PowerPoint simultaneously. So Claude can analyze data in your Excel file and then move a chart directly into a PowerPoint presentation without you ever switching between apps. That kind of cross-application coordination is something we have not seen before in a tool like this. When I first started exploring agentic AI tools like this, I was honestly overwhelmed. There were so many options, and I had no idea which workflows were actually going to save me time versus just create more complexity. That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members, all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. People share real use cases, practical implementations, what's working in their specific industries. It taught me how to think about which tools to actually invest time in learning. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Okay, now let's talk about how to actually access Co-Work, because there are some specifics you need to know. Co-Work is available on paid Claude plans that's Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise. It is not available on the free plan. You access it through the Claude desktop app, which means you need to download the desktop app if you have not already. It's available at claude.com. Download. Co-Work is now available on both macOS and Windows, though Windows ARM 64 is not currently supported. Once you're in the desktop app, you will see a mode selector with chat and a Co-Work tab. You click the Co-Work tab, switch to tasks mode, describe what you want done, and let it run. One important thing to know, the desktop app needs to stay open while Claude is working. If you close the app or your computer goes to sleep, the session ends. Now let's talk about something important that Anthropic is being transparent about, and I appreciate this. Co-Work does come with some risks you should understand before you start using it. Claude can take actions that are hard to undo. It can modify files. If you give it unclear instructions around deletion, it might delete something you wanted to keep. The good news is that Anthropic has built-in deletion protection. Claude will ask for your explicit permission before permanently deleting any files. You'll see a permission prompt and need to approve it. But still, be thoughtful about what folder access you grant. There's also something called prompt injection. This is where if Claude is browsing the web or reading external content as part of a task, a malicious actor could try to alter Claude's behavior through content it encounters. Anthropic has built defenses against this, but they're transparent that agent safety is still an active area of development across the whole industry. This is not a reason to avoid the tool, but it is a reason to be thoughtful about the tasks you're giving it, especially ones that involve internet access. Anthropic recommends you start with lower stakes tasks while you're learning how it works. Get comfortable, then scale up. That's genuinely good advice. One more thing about usage limits. Co-work tasks use more of your usage allocation than regular chat. That makes sense. Multi-step agentic tasks are compute intensive. If you find yourself hitting limits, Anthropic recommends batching related work into single sessions and using standard chat for simpler tasks that don't need file access. Save Co-Work for the work it's actually designed for. I also want to quickly touch on the plugin ecosystem that Anthropic is building out for Co-Work, because this is where things are going to get very interesting going forward. Plugins in Co-Work bundle skills, connectors, commands, and sub-agents into one package. They're designed to customize Claude for specific roles, teams, or industries. Anthropic has even launched dedicated financial services plugins for Co-Work. This ecosystem is early, but it's growing fast, and it signals that Co-Work is being built as a platform, not just a feature. And if you pair Co-Work with Claude in Chrome, which is Anthropic's browser agent, Claude can complete tasks that require actually navigating websites. So the picture being painted here is an AI that can access your files, browse the web, work in Excel, build presentations, and do all of it in a coordinated way on your behalf. That is a significant leap from a chat interface. So what should you actually do with this information? If you are on a paid Claude plan and you have not tried Co-Work yet, download the Claude desktop app and give it a task this week. Start with something low stakes and get a feel for how it works. One thing I think is genuinely well designed, Claude shows you what it's doing throughout the process. You can follow along, step in if something's going off track, or let it run if it's on the right path. If you're not yet on a paid plan and you've been on the fence, Co-Work is probably the most compelling reason I've seen to upgrade. The gap between what you can do in a free chat interface and what you can do with agentic file access and scheduled tasks is significant. If you are looking to go deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your workflows, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working, what's not. Which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip. No hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It has helped me stay on top of updates like this one and figure out how to actually apply them in real work. Link in description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You will get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 46,000 members who are getting more done with AI every day. If this video helped you understand Co-Work better, please give it a like, it really does help the channel. And subscribe if you want to stay on top of AI tool updates as they happen. I cover new releases, practical walkthroughs, and real implementation tips on a regular basis. See you in the next one.